In this video, I'm going to show you the knotless method of making a jumbo boss braid without the big root knot at the bottom. It means your jumbo boss braid is going to look like a knotless braid even though it's actually a boss braid. So if this is what you're interested in, keep watching. We're going to dive into the video right now, but before we do so, if you think you like this video, please don't hesitate to give the video a thumbs up and also drop a comment before leaving. So let's dive into it. Just so you know, my client's hair is a natural hair, very thick natural hair. I'm going to start with our regular boss braid, how you will normally grip your regular boss braid from the root. That's what I'm going to do firstly. And if you want to do your normal regular boss braid, this is how you set the extension and then grip from the bottom. Even though I'm very good at making a normal regular boss braid, I'm going to grip it as tight as I can, but you'll still see that big knot at the bottom, which I'm going to show you in a bit. And this regularly showed when you are actually making a jumbo boss braid. If you are making a small braid, it doesn't really show, but when it's a jumbo braid, you're going to see it right there. And that is it. You can see how the bottom look. It looks very thick. So you don't want to look like this on a braid, but you want to look like this. This is the second method, and this is the one I've already done. I just said I should show you guys how the root look. You can see that root. It looks like you're actually having a knotless braid, even though it's a jumbo boss braid. So I'm going to take you guys step by step through how I normally do it. But firstly, let me start by braiding this, and I'm going to explain on the next grip. So I start by braiding and then braiding from the bottom with a lesser extension, and then I start adding extension to it, just like the way you will regularly do your knotless braid. So this work more on a jumbo braid. If you are making a jumbo braid and you don't want to see that big knot at the root at the bottom of the braid, if you don't want to see that, seriously, when next you're making your jumbo braid, try this method. You're going to thank me later. Seriously, this is very good. So if you don't know how to add extension, that's the reason why I paused this, so you can see clearly how you add extensions to your braid if you are making braid. This is just another tips out of the box anyways. Yeah, so that's how you will regularly add an extension for the extension not to show, like not to show on the top that you've just added extension on that braid. So I just keep braiding downward, and this is what it looks like. You could see the bottom looks smaller than the rest of the braids. It gives you that knotless braids kind of. And the good thing about this is that you can move it around anyhow you want it. I've had a lot of people complain about knotless braid not lasting as long as boss braid, and that's actually correct. The reason being is that you're actually braiding a natural hair from the roots before adding extension. So that roots that you actually braid will get rough quickly than the area you add extension to it. The reason why boss braid lasts is because you add the attachment from the roots. That's the reason why boss braid lasts. So if you want your knotless braid to last, use this method, and there are many ways you can do it. It will look just like knotless braid and it will last you as well. Okay, I'm going to give you step-by-step tutorial on how to achieve this jumbo knotless braid method we're actually working with. The extension you're going to use, the size of the extension, divide it in two. It depends. If you want the roots to be more tinier, you can divide it in three if you want. But right now I've shared it in two. I'm going to share one part of that two in two again. So this part I'm going to share in two. I'm going to be adding it to the braid while I start the regular boss braid from the roots. So what is going to happen is that I'm not using the whole of the size of the braid from the roots, so I'm going to be adding those ones to make the extension bigger. So now I will start the braid as a normal regular boss braid from the roots. That's how you normally keep your extension when you're making a normal regular boss braid. So after gripping from the root and braid a little bit, just the way you would do your knotless braid when you use the natural hair from the root. Right now we're using extension from the root, and then we'll start adding extension just like you would do your regular knotless braid. That's what I'm doing right now. So you start adding those extension that you shed already and add it to the braid. Depends on the size you want. If you want it bigger, you keep adding extension until you are satisfied with the size that you want. Secondly, if you want the root to be more smaller, you can use a lesser extension to start the braid from the root. So it means that the smaller the extension you start the braid with from the root, the tinier the root is going to look like. So it's going to look more like a knotless braid instead of a boss braid. Yeah. So this is very, very beautiful. Instead of making a knotless braid and it gets rough in less than a month, why don't you try this method? So you can, this method work in a smaller braid, it work in the jumbo braid just as this one. So this is the method I use in making my client's jumbo braid look like a knotless braid, and I think I'm actually the first person trying this method on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube should give me kudos for this. I'm actually the first person. If you've seen this tutorial before on YouTube, please drop a comment in the comment section. And yes, if you want to support the channel, please do me a favor by giving the video a thumbs up, and also drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this tutorial. Do you like it? Do you think it's something you're going to try? Please let me know in the comment section. And you are very, very free to share the video if you have friends who would like to see the tutorial. Just like I said, you can easily move these braids around and it's very, very beautiful. If you don't like to see the big knot at the root of your boss braid, then you should try this method. It's very, very doable, very flexible, and it's really, really beautiful. So try it and let me know what you think about this jumbo boss braid method. Thank you for watching.